Secret number 3. The third secret, and this is the one that I love so much, this is actually my favorite, is that when we pass on to the other side, we have our personality with us. The same personality that we had here in this world, we have on the other side. Now, granted, what if there was a personality that wasn't good? For example, let's say that you had a personality that was addictive, right? Maybe you were addicted to drugs. Maybe you were somebody that, was overly protective here in this world, and it got you into trouble. And, maybe you were somebody that, was negative because of a depression that you went through. Well, that's not your personality. Your true personality, the person that you truly are, is what's reflected in the afterlife. So, for example, I love this when I connect with souls because I feel like that's what makes them so relatable. For example, I love talking to souls that used to love to talk here in this world because in the afterlife, they will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And sometimes that's the reason why readings aren't that great, right? Have you ever had a reading or went to a psychic medium and maybe your dad didn't talk too much, or maybe you wanted to connect with your grandfather, but he didn't give you a lot of validations. He didn't really come through and say too much. Well, it may not have been the psychic or medium's fault. It may have been that your loved one here in this world was someone that was a soft talker or somebody that didn't like to say things here in this world. I remember doing this reading one time for this woman, and oh my God, it was like pulling friggin' teeth. I remember doing this reading, and literally at the time I was doing this reading, I was saying to this woman, I saw her dad sitting behind her, and right away I started asking her dad's soul different questions. How'd you die? What's your name? What's this? What's that? Why are there certain memories? Are there things that you want your loved ones to know? Is there a special message you have for your daughter? And I'm asking him all of these things. And he was literally, guys, giving me the bare minimum. He would only give me 1 or 2 word sentences. I'd ask him how he died. He said cancer. Nothing specific, just cancer. All right. What is it that you have to tell your daughter? Oh, I love her. Oh, what are some memories that you had here in this world? And then he was showing me his favorite meal. And I'm going to, so I said to his daughter, I go, I got to tell you something. I go, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I don't know if I'm having a bad day today. I'm like, but I'm talking to your father. I go, and literally he does not want to answer me. I'm like, I'm asking him. I'm like, it's like pulling teeth. I'm like, he literally is only giving me 1 or 2 word answers. And she literally said to me, she goes, Matt, oh my God, that's my father. She started crying. She goes, that's how he was here in this world. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Yes, the man never spoke. He never said anything. Well, listen, I was so relieved to hear that too, because connecting with their dad, as you know, I would never make up a message. I would never say your loved one's saying something when they're not. And I have to be truthful when giving a reading. Well, at that moment when I said that, that was so validating to her because the same way that her dad was here in this world, he was in the afterlife, and she knew she was speaking to the same person. If your loved one was very quiet, very soft-spoken, never said anything, and then I'm like, oh yeah, your dad's here. He's jumping up and down. He's telling you that he loves you. He's with this one, that one, the other thing. You're going to be like, what? That's not my father. That's not how he was. That's not who he was here in this world. But sometimes what happens too is that our personalities change. And they don't change dramatically like that. They don't change from being quiet and soft-spoken to jumping up and down and having a party in heaven. But remember that we do leave our negative experiences behind. So what happens is that when you're on the other side, right, you regain that personality that, truly was yours to begin with. So if you were a person that was filled with hate here in this world or anger here in this world because you were drinking and you had a drinking issue, your personality will come through before that had happened. If your personality was changed because of an illness like a stroke, Alzheimer's, dementia, guess what? You'll come through in the way that your personality was that's a true reflection of you. Because sometimes things make us someone that we're not. Drugs, alcohol, illness, pain, suffering, depression. But on the other side, we are our best selves.